Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about an interesting low market cap token. In fact, it's a nano cap token that has a really good potential in the short term. And this project is called Skipcoin or the SKEB token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any other project on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website skebcoin.com. That is skebcoin.com in order to learn more about this project, right? And by the way, this is a very low market cap project that has an extremely high potential to pump in the near future, which is in the short term. So if you want to know how I managed to figure out this token, then watch till the end of this video because I'll tell you the technique that I used to figure out high quality, low market cap gem tokens for the short term that you can use to get ahead of the curve so that you can invest in these tokens when nobody's noticing it and make some really good gains when it starts pumping in the short term, right? So watch till the end of this video if you want to figure that one out, right? So going for the Divident-IO project, before we talk about this token, Divident-IO, if you guys don't already know, is one of the major popular centralized exchanges that's known for listing low market cap gem tokens way before they get listed on other popular centralized exchanges such as Binance or Coinbase. What this means is if you have a Divident account right now and if you invest in these low market cap gem tokens, you stand a chance to make 10, 20, 50 or even 100x gains on these cryptos, right? If you don't already have a Divident account right now, I highly recommend you guys to use the link in the description to set up a Divident account today, and by doing so you get the following benefits. So you can basically see that from the website you can buy, sell, trade as well as look at the price information of several cryptocurrencies including all the low market cap tokens on their platform, which is pretty cool. And once you buy these low market cap crypto, you can actually earn passive income from those crypto by using their earn platform where you can lend out your tokens to earn passive income or stake them or provide liquidity or even invest in dual investment strategies or use multiple other different strategies that they have on their own platform to earn a passive income on your tokens, right? If you're a person who wants to buy, sell and trade NFTs, then they also have you covered because they have a dedicated NFT trading platform that saves you a lot of time and money on gas fees compared to doing NFT trading on blockchains such as Ethereum, which is very slow and extremely costly. So you can basically use Divident-IO's NFT platform to make some really good NFT trades and make some profit, right? If you're a person who wants to buy cryptocurrencies way before they even get listed on any exchange whatsoever in their IEO stage at their lowest possible price point, then they also have you covered because they have a dedicated startup platform where you can basically buy cryptocurrencies that are thoroughly vetted by Divident-IO and you can invest in them before they start pumping, right? So as you can clearly see, Divident-IO has a whole host of tools that you can take advantage of in order to make some really good short-term, mid-term and long-term gains, right? So if you don't already have a Divident account right now, I highly recommend you guys to use the link in the description to set up a Divident account today, and by doing so, you not only get the benefits that we discussed right now, you'll also get a 30% trading fee rebate on any trades that you make on their platform, right? And you'll only get this benefit by using the link in the description because it's a referral link, and by doing so you're also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank you in advance. So going back to the Skipcoin, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information present on CoinMarketCap's page for token, along with the information present on the website itself. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money onto this token, right? So what is SKEB? Launched in November 2018, SKEB is the largest commission platform in Japan with over 113,000 native creators that allows fans to request them to create illustrations, comics, novels and other works for a fee. So what SKEB does is, first of all, it's a project that was launched in 2018 November, so it's been around for quite some time right now, and it's the largest commission platform in Japan, where they have 113,000 native creators that allows their fans to basically create comics, illustrations, novels and other works for a fee. So what this platform does is it allows for content creators, specifically comic book as well as illustrations and novel creators, to directly link with their fans and create whatever content the fans request for a fee, right? That's exactly what SKEB is all about. SKEB strives for the improvement of the status of creators by providing a platform where they receive fair compensation. So one of the problems that SKEB is trying to solve is the fact that there's middleman in the centralized world who often takes a huge chunk of commission or fees in order to provide the fans the service which they could otherwise receive directly from the creators themselves, and the creators also lose a lot of money due to the middlemen, right? So in order to avoid this, SKEB is basically creating an ecosystem where the content creators can easily interact with the fans directly and make a huge chunk of profit themselves, right? So it's all for fair compensation, which is pretty cool. After gaining more than 2 million users, Skipcoin is going live as a native governance token on the platform for realizing Skebverse. So they are trying to launch their own metaverse, which is called the Skebverse, okay? And they have gained more than 2 million users. So they already have a huge community backing them, mostly from Japan as well as Southeast Asian countries. And in the West, I think it's not really that popular as of yet, but it will become popular because a lot of cool technologies as well as ideas like this get popular in the East, in the Asian countries, and then start migrating to the West. And by the time they start migrating to the West, it's already too late because a lot of money has already been made and people lose out on opportunities, right? So that's why I want to bring this to your attention as soon as possible so that you guys can take advantage of this particular token before this starts becoming popular in the Western world, right? So after gaining 2 million users, they are starting to go live with their governance token called the Skipcoin, which is the token of interest of this video. And they are obviously trying to reveal their Skebverse, which is a metaverse, right? So this is pretty much a quick overview of what SKEB platform is all about. Now let's talk about the Skipcoin itself, right? So what is Skipcoin? As we discussed, Skipcoin is the native token of this platform, and it's the governance token as well, and its economy includes transaction fees, staking, locks, liquidity incentives, buybacks, burns, and a DAO treasury. So clearly they're a DAO, or they're aiming to become a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. What this means is token holders have pretty much the whole control of the platform itself, which is pretty good because it helps in decentralizing the platform, right? So some of the use cases of Skipcoin is basically that you can use it for transaction fees on the platform, you can use it for staking, you can lock it to receive additional incentives, as well as you can provide liquidity to receive liquidity incentives. There are buybacks and burns, which is very important to note because we'll discuss about the tokenomics in a few seconds, and then the buybacks will basically be a component of discussion as well as the burning mechanism as well, right? And it's also going to be a main currency of the DAO treasury, right? So these are powered by fees in the SKEB ecosystem. So obviously when you interact with a content creator and thereby you purchase an idea or a novel from them, you basically pay a fee, and a portion of the fee goes to the treasury, which will fund the DAO ecosystem, right? So that's pretty cool. Skipcoin is fundamentally the governance token of the SKEB ecosystem, pretty straightforward, which we already know. The next section talks about the founders, which I'm going to skip because it's not really relevant to this video. And that's pretty much the information that we have from CoinMarketCap's page, right? So let's go to the website itself, which is skebcoin.com. And right back, you can see clearly, it's a Japanese project and therefore they have an anime image already. And if you see the largest creator commission platform, which is what SKEB is all about. In the top left corner, you can see their logo. It's not a pretty innovative logo, but it's still a decent logo nonetheless. And at the top right corner, you have the menu where you can access the home page. You can access the light paper, which I highly recommend you guys to read through before investing in this project. And you can launch the app, and they also have a staking app where you can separately stake your tokens, which is a completely different app that they have linked to their platform, right? Pretty straightforward and easy platform to understand. Nothing much to describe there. So if you scroll further below, they're talking more about what SKEB is. This pretty much covers the first section of what we discussed, but here they also have additional information that talks about the SKEB platform itself. So what they do is they have recorded 10 to 20% month-on-month growth, which is very important to note because clearly this platform is being used by 2 million users and they are growing on a month-by-month basis, right? Which is pretty impressive. This has propelled the platform to a 1000x adoption growth, and the curve continues. So clearly the token has a huge potential, and they're predicting that it will have a 1000x growth, which I personally feel like it won't have that much of a growth, but it definitely does have a 100x growth, which I can definitely predict. I'll tell you my rationale for why I chose 100x. later in this video, but 1000x is definitely too much to expect from this token, right? So if you scroll further below, you can see the number of users being 2.23 million users, which has consistently been rising since 2018, which where this token started with 28,000 users, but constantly it's been increasing in a regular year-by-year basis, which is pretty impressive. And the number of requests, again, a lot of people in the Southeast Asian market as well as Japan, they consume a lot of like manga as well as novels and illustrations directly from the creators. So that request has also been consistently increasing since 2018 when this project launched, and now it's about 900,000 requests overall on a year-by-year basis, which is pretty impressive, right? And if you see, about 610,000 requests are accepted. So obviously not all the requests will be accepted by the content creators, so they have the option to choose content that is obviously family friendly, or they have their own criteria to choose. Each and every content creator may set their own criteria, which is pretty impressive. And at the same time, you can see that they have accepted about 610,000 requests, which is also pretty cool. And transaction volume is given in Japanese yen. So it's about 7.1 billion yen. So clearly this has also increased significantly since the time when they launched, and it's a steady curve, right? As I'm saying, this is a very huge project that is literally under the radar right now. And as you can see from the statistics, they are a very big name in the Southeast Asian market as well as in Japan. Nobody's speaking about this in the Western world, but this is an opportunity for you to get into, right? So if you already feel like I'm giving you high quality alpha after seeing these statistics, I suggest you to hit the like button, click the subscribe button, as well as ping the notification bell so that you can get more information when I upload new videos like this in the future as well, right? So you can become a part of the Brutal Investor community. So if you scroll further below, you can see empowering creators in the massive Japanese content industry. So as you guys know, Japanese content is consumed all over the world, not only their technology, but also their anime, manga, other art and architecture, and everything is basically consumed by everywhere in the world. So it's considered one of the premium quality contributions that Japan has for this world. So this is clearly like a statement that SKEB is also going to be a digital version of what Japan has mastered for years that they're offering to the world, right? So Japanese content market is a 25 billion Goliath, and it grows bigger every year. So obviously, as I said, the Japanese content market in and of itself is a huge $25 billion Goliath worldwide, which obviously, you can imagine how much it will grow in the future. And when I saw a couple of reports from their platform, it's expected to grow up to $1 trillion asset, platform in the future, in the next 5 to 10 years from now. So it's clearly a big sector that has been untapped in the Western world, right? So the sector is dominated by a few mainstream media brands, sidelining most creators. SKEB gives Japanese creators a powerful opportunity to monetize and distribute their art in a manner where the primary wealth generation is theirs. So obviously, there are problems in the centralized world, even in Japan as well, because clearly being a big industry, the content creators don't really make a lot of money because the middlemen tend to eat most of their profit, right? So SKEB is basically offering a real world solution where the content creators can directly connect with the fans and make the most amount of profit that they deserve, right? So through tokenization, SKEB multiplies opportunities for both creators and consumers, rapid transactions, content traceability, secondary liquidity, and built-in royalties for the creator. So obviously, SKEB, it's a token, but it's not just any other token. It gives multiple other benefits to the content creators themselves. Some of the examples include rapid transactions for the consumers, content traceability, which is very important, for regulatory purposes, secondary liquidity, as well as built-in royalties for the creators. So all of these are additional benefits that SKEB token gives them. So as you can see, this is one of the example of a beautiful illustration that Japanese content creators make and contribute. So these kind of illustrations obviously sell in the open market for a lot of money, and the middlemen usually tend to make the most out of the money, right? So Skipcoin has basically provided a lot of open opportunities for the content creators directly, right? So it's pretty cool. So if you see the Skipcoin itself, is a crypto asset that enables smooth transaction between creators and their fans, as we discussed multiple times in this video. For instance, users can use their sales to make requests to other users with Skipcoin, facilitating the mutual exchange of value in the creative industry. Obviously, the Skipcoin gives not only the content creators a lot of benefit, but also gives users a lot of benefits based on the following information that they've discussed here, right? So some of the benefits that you can basically get is conforms to the most common standard ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain. So clearly, Skipcoin is available on the Ethereum blockchain. It's a pretty straightforward Ethereum platform, project, which is easy to understand because it's a standard ERC20 token concept. So nothing special about that. Burns SKEB coins as requests for creators on SKEB increases. So clearly they have a buyback and burn mechanism. So burning SKEB coins can also be requested by the consumers to the content creators. That enables them to basically burn tokens, thereby making the token deflationary, right? Uses instant payment method for low cost and high frequency transactions. Obviously, even though it is built on the ERC20 standards, they are trying to make it the most instant payment transaction method, whereby they allow for users to have a smooth experience overall, right? So SKEB's expansion. So this talks about what are the next steps for this platform. So they are trying to have a mobile app called SKEB Mobile, and they are basically stating that it's going to be a direct Web3 wallet that is available as a downloadable feature on your phone, and it connects to $1 trillion crypto market in the SKEB mobile app. So clearly not just the SKEB coin, but also multiple other assets can also be stored in their wallet, which is very interesting, right? So if you scroll further below, Skebverse VR and AR assets. So this is the most important thing that I want to bring to your attention. So the thing is, VR and AR is already becoming very popular in the Southeast Asian market, including Japan, and therefore I think Skebverse is going to be a huge deal in the future. So I don't know how much traction the Skebverse will have in the Western market, but I think as overall, a lot of content in the Japanese market is going to eventually come to the Western market. It becomes popular. Skebverse will also become a very popular thing in the future, where the Skebverse will basically attract a lot of VR and AR enthusiasts into their ecosystem, right? So SKEB currently focuses on traditional content. Skebverse expands the platform to be the first mover in the booming market of virtual and augmented reality. So clearly they're trying to have a name for themselves in the virtual and augmented reality or VR or AR platforms. With growing global interest in the metaverse, SKEB is poised to provide the world with a go-to market for metaversal Japanese content directly from the creator. So this is also very important. So not only can you purchase content in the real world, but you can actually do that in the metaverse as well, where you can do it through the Skebverse, where you can access digital content in a VR or AR format from the content creators in the metaverse, right? So that's going to be a huge deal, and I think this particular concept will be copied by a lot of projects in the future, right? So here they are listing a couple of exchanges where they are available. We'll go through this in detail, but they're currently available in OKX, Huobi Global, Get.io, and Uniswap. So these are all popular exchanges, as you guys know. Roadmap wise, you can go through this information yourself. They have a lot of exciting roadmap, announcements that they're trying to incorporate in the future, Skebverse being the most important one, but you can also see they're trying to have a mobile app. They're also trying to have enhanced features for their Skipcoin, as well as they're trying to provide features for overseas creators as well. So not just Japanese creators, but also from outside of Japan creators to have access to the Japanese market, right? So that's also going to be pretty interesting. So they're partnered with several noteworthy names. They're obviously partnered with the mother company SKEB Labs, which is also the project that's behind several other like popular projects in Japan as well, but it's not as well known in the Western world compared to Japan. Turingum is also not a well-known name, but DAO Maker, clearly they are a well-known name in the Western world because of their popular IDO platform and their strongholder offerings that they offer through their platform, where they offer high-quality projects to meet venture capitalists level, but in reality they're actually providing high quality projects to consumers directly to raise funds, right? So DAO Maker is a very powerful name, and it's good to see their name here, right? So if you scroll further below, they have a blog as well, which you can use to access information directly from their platform. Most of the content is in English, but you can find Japanese content as well. And if you know Japanese, then you can obviously access their information directly, right? So you can find other information as well on how to deposit and withdraw crypto using the OKX app, as well as other apps as well. You can access the information in English as well as Japanese if you want. So get started today. So you can access the launch app page in order to launch the app itself and see the staking platform in the different app. We'll go through this in a few seconds, but if you scroll further below, they have other information along with the social media information, which helps you to become a part of their community, right? So let's click their app quickly so that I can show you guys how it looks like. So this is the SKEB app. Obviously, you can see that they have, when you click on the app, it goes to skeb.jp. There's a lot of information in Japanese, but you can see these are the artwork that content creators are directly selling to their users. For some reason, I can't really open the full images on my phone because of the fact that there are limitations with my phone, but you can go to your, you can use a laptop or tablet or desktop to access all of these beautiful artwork. It's pretty cool. You can actually buy them and trade them and sell them through their platform, right? So pretty straightforward, nothing special. Let's go to their staking app, which if you click on that, it will take you to stake.skipcoin.com. So here you can stake your tokens. I think they have a pretty good APY. When you stake it, I think you can earn up to like 10 to 15% in staking rewards, which is pretty cool as well, right? So that's pretty much it when it comes to Skipcoin on their website. Let's go to the market cap page for this token. This token is currently ranked 2,954th by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and is currently trading at less than 1 cent per token. It's in fact $0.0057 per token, so significantly less than 1 cent, and therefore it's a good sticker price where a lot of newcomers will be interested in buying this token, right? So this is the best thing about good short-term projects. These kind of tokens definitely attract a lot of newcomers, and it starts pumping right away, and you can dump this token and make some really good gains in the short term, right? When it comes to the price action, it seems like the token is kind of like going in the downward direction in the past 24 hours. It's about 4.38% down in the past 24 hours, which is an indication that a lot of people are dumping this token, and at the same time, there's a lot of opportunity to buy this token for a very good discounted price, right? As I said, this is an ERC20 token based on the Ethereum blockchain, so you can find the Ethereum contract address here. It's also, if you see the market cap, a very low nano cap gem token in my personal opinion, because it's not only good for 100x gains, but it's also good for several short-term, mid-term gains as well, which is pretty cool. So if you see, the $2.3 million market cap is all we have for this token, even though that number technically can't be trusted based on the warning sign that we can see from the market cap side. It seems like the token has at any given point of time less than $2.3 million in market cap, but for now, for the purpose of this video, we'll assume that it's $2.3 million in market cap, right? I don't think this token has a market cap of more than $3 million, so that's something that's definitely good, because there's a lot of upside potential for this token. You just need to have some form of patience, because once you buy this token will start moving sideways or maybe even move a little bit lower. But once sufficient capital comes to the project, you will see this token start pumping easily, right? You can easily make 100x gains. It's not going to be surprising, especially once they launch their Skebverse in the future, right? So despite the fact that the market cap is low, the trading volume is quite good. In fact, the trading volume has increased about 186% in the past 24 hours itself, and it seems like the volume has increased, but the price has dumped, which means a lot of people are dumping this token, right? And the trading volume is at the recent range of $652,000 in the past 24 hours, so that's pretty good, right? So if you scroll below, the negatives of this project is basically its tokenomics, because the token has a huge supply of 10 billion tokens, which is a huge supply, obviously. And if you see the self-reported circulating supply, which should be taken with a grain of salt, is only 412 million tokens. So again, there could be more than this or less than this at any given point of time, because the self-reported circulating supply is not very accurate. But let's assume that this is the exact number of circulating tokens in the market. This is still significantly small compared to the 10 billion tokens, right? So clearly this token is going to face some short-term tokenomics-based price slumping, because a lot of new tokens will be injected into the market, which will push the token price down. And that's something that you may have to bear in mind, right? So having said that, this is still something that you need to consider it a high risk project, because it will have extremely high volatile movement. So you need to have a strong gut in order to basically buy this token, right? So I just want to put that out there. So when it's to the token price itself, again, the token has performed poorly in the recent times, but it did make some really good short-term gains, obviously, because even a small amount of money injected into this project will make this token pump like really hard. And if you are in the right time of the token's life cycle, you can make some really good gains in the short term, right? So the token price was initially worth $0.007 per token as of 8th of September 2022. It seems like the information for this token is only available since September, even though this project has been around since 2018, right? So if you see, the token has pumped to a price of about close to $0.009 per token, but it kind of like went up and down. It's extremely volatile, so be very cautious when you're buying this project. It literally dumped on 13th of September 2022, reaching a price of $0.004 per token, which is the real-time low so far. And if you had bought this token at this price point, then you could have made some really good gains, and this token went as high as $0.007 per token. Obviously not a huge gain, but for the short term, it's definitely a good short-term gain, right? And then this token is obviously dumped down, reaching a price of 0.006. Now it's kind of going back down again to a price of 0.005, but it did make a small peak, which is kind of like a pump and dump scheme, where this token reached all the way to 0.006 before going back down to $0.005 per token, right? So clearly it's a very risky and very volatile project, so please bear that in mind. Don't put any money that you're not willing to lose. But again, as I said, this project does have a good 100x opportunity if everything goes well with their metaverse project in the long term. But till then, I would not really consider this as a really good, investment opportunity. For the short term, this token is only going to be making maybe a maximum of 10x or 20x. But if you're willing to follow on this project and make sure that you follow up their updates, and as they make their roadmaps come really as they make the roadmaps come true, you will be able to see that if they do have a metaverse project actively functioning in the future, you will be able to see possibility of 100x gains in the future, right? For now, this is still a good time to buy, but you can wait for this token to go slightly below to a price of $0.004 to buy it at an even more discounted price, right? So a lot of people ask me how much money they suggest me to put on a particular token. I'll give 3 scenarios: the safest option, a slightly risky option, as well as a degen option. But all of these 3 are just my personal opinion, not financial advice, right? So you need to be very careful before you even put a single penny onto this token. So the lowest possible price that I can recommend people putting onto this token is $10, because $10 will give you 1700 tokens at the time I'm making this video. And as I said, in the short term, you'll only make a 10x gain, which will give you $100, for $10 that you put in. But in the future, once their metaverse goes live, it can probably make 100x easily, and your $10 will make you $1,000 easily, right? But again, this is in the distant future, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years from now, but that's not anytime soon. So you need to be very careful if you're trying to hold on to this token for the long term, right? When it comes to a slightly riskier option, again, even the riskier option, I wouldn't really recommend you to put more than $25 onto this token. Again, $25 is not really that risky, but you are putting slightly more money that you could usually use to experiment with other tokens. But by putting $25, you're getting 4,356 tokens that I'm making this video. If you wait for this token to go a little bit lower, you may get even more tokens. But for now, let's say you put $25 at this price point and you get 4,356 tokens. And if this token does 10x, you get $250 from your $25 investment, which is pretty straightforward. If it does 100x, you get $2,500 from a $25 investment, right? So But again, you need to wait for quite a long time because it could take a few years before this token does 100x, right? For the degen move, again, I suggest you to put no more than $100. Again, $100 may be a lot of money for a lot of people. Yes, it is, and at the same time, it could be easy to lose this money as well. But if you're willing to put in, let's say, $100 onto this token, at this price point, you'll get 17,400 tokens, quite a bit of tokens. And if it does 10x, you get $1,000. If it does 100x, you will get easily 10,000 dollars from my $100 investment, which is pretty cool if you ask me. But I wouldn't really recommend putting more than this unless you know what you're getting into, right? So this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before you put your money onto this token. When it comes to markets, obviously we briefly touched upon some of the markets, but since then, I think Huobi Global has been the new player who has listed this token onto their exchange. Again, Huobi Global is a high quality tier 1 exchange. So the fact that they have listed this token means that this is a good quality project that you don't have to worry about being a scam. So that's something that I want to put out there. Obviously, Get.io, OKX, or other exchanges that have listed this token as well. Uniswap version 3 is the only decentralized exchange from Ethereum blockchain where you can buy this token from. I wouldn't really go buy this token from BitGet because I'm not really familiar with this exchange. And if you know that this is a good exchange, obviously by all means go ahead. But I would stick with Huobi Global, Get.io, and OKX, right? And you can clearly see that there's arbitrage opportunity as well. You can buy this token from Get.io for the cheapest price and then sell it on Uniswap version 3 for a really good arbitrage profit, which is also pretty cool, right? I can easily see this token getting multiple other major exchange listings. I'm not really sure if this will get a Coinbase or Binance listing because it's not as popular in the Western world, as I said. A Binance listing definitely possible, but Coinbase listing not really possible, right? But again, all of this is speculation. It's just my personal opinion, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token has a really high potential in the short term. As you can clearly see, some of the benefits includes it's a Japanese project, so it's a high quality project that is definitely popular in Japan. It's also a project with a very low sticker price, so clearly a lot of newbies will be willing to buy this token easily because they look at the price and they assume that it's going to do $1 in the future, which will definitely drive the token price extremely high. The market cap is at its nano cap level, which means it's less than $3 million in market cap. So even a small amount of money can pump this token really hard. And this is definitely a 100x opportunity in the distant long term when the metaverse of this project starts going hot. For now, I think it's a good short-term play, but we definitely need to keep an eye out this. And I personally will definitely look into this project in the future to see if they're delivering on the metaverse, because this is an easy 100x gain in the future, right? I can definitely put my hands down to say that. Some of the negatives of this project is that this project doesn't really have a lot of traction in the Western world. That's one of the reasons why this project is dumping right now. It's also extremely volatile, so please be very careful of that. Don't put any money that you're not willing to lose. And at the same time, the tokenomics is extremely high, that this token will face some incredible dumping in the short to mid term, right? Until they do something in the future, there's nothing that's going to change. But again, as we discussed earlier on, this token does have a buyback and burn mechanism, so that can potentially save this project when it comes to tokenomics. But again, there needs to be a lot of transactions, even though they are increasing in their transactions as well as the usage, as well as people who are actively getting exposed to this project on a yearly basis. It's not substantial enough for the burn to be considered as deflationary, right? So that's something that I would personally consider as negative. But if the burning mechanism does continue in the future, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years from now, we can see this token being potentially deflationary if a lot of people start getting their attention onto this token. But for now, it's still in the early stages, and I would consider this to be a risky asset with a high potential gain opportunity, right? So now to talk about the most important section, how did I manage to figure this high quality, low market cap gem, right before anybody else can lay their eyes on this, right? So we already kind of gave you a clue when I made this, the overview of this token. Which is DAO Maker has clearly invested in this project. So DAO Maker has partnered and invested in this project. So if you go to DAO Maker's website, it's daomaker.com. If you guys don't know what DAO Maker is, it's one of the most popular venture capital platform on the Web3 space, and they are literally known for incubating several high quality projects which have done multiple exits in the past. And even in the bear market, projects from DAO Maker has done really well. So they're the best platform to basically find the next high quality gem in the future, right? So if you go to DAO Maker's website and search for the launchpad, you can basically get information of some of the past IDOs that they have incubated. And if you scroll below, you can first of all see that Sweat Economy was the recent project that they've IDO'd, and I covered Sweat Economy in our channel. So if you want to know more about that, please check out that video from my channel. But the next project is Skipcoin, right? And as you can see, Skipcoin, they've raised about $600,000 through their IDO, and it only made a 2.92x. This kind of shows that a lot of people in the West are not fully familiar with a platform like SKEB, and I think they're not really relating to the SKEB platform, right? But I personally feel like SKEB has a huge potential in the Western world in the long term, because as I said, a lot of people, especially content creators and artists and illustrators, will find this platform to be a lifesaver in the future, because they'll basically make a lot of money directly approaching their customers, right? So SKEB hasn't really picked up in the Western world, which is why it only made a 2.92x gain in its all-time high immediately after launch, which is still a good gain if you ask me, especially in the bear market. But in the future, I think this token can do an easy 100x if they go through with their metaverse project, right? So they are a very high quality project that is basically incubated by DAO Maker. And when I did some research, I found that this is a project that will definitely interest you guys as my viewers, and that's why I want to bring this to your attention, right? So as I said, I have brought in some really good quality alpha for you guys. So if you want to get more high quality alpha from this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, and ping the notification bell. Don't forget to do that, because if you want to make money in the crypto space, you need to get ahead of everybody else. So if you want to watch my videos before anybody else can have access to, so you need to click the link in the click the notification bell, and you can basically get my updates on a regular basis right away, right? If you want to open a GetAI account, please use the link in the description to set up a GetAI account to get a 30% trading fee rebate on your crypto purchases, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.